This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Now that we're actually having very consistent warm weather, the sightings have just all popped up all at once.
Well, with the summer weather upon us, more people are hitting the great outdoors, and that means a greater likelihood of running into these, including rattlers. How to avoid them in our Channel 2 News big story at 5:30. Good evening, I'm Kristen Remington. Thank you for being with us. Landon has the night off. Experts say the best thing to do if you run into a snake is simply avoid them. And you can train your dogs to do the same. Paul Nelson joins us live at Rattlesnake Mountain, appropriately, after meeting with reptile experts. Paul, when should people be more aware of snakes?
Well, Kristen, bottom line is if it's nice enough for you to go outside, it's also nice enough for the snakes. Now, they really don't like the heat very much, so on the hot days like we've been seeing the last few days, you're more likely to run into them either in the morning or the evenings, but there are some easy ways to avoid them. This is probably not what you want to see or hear while you're outside. But if you do cross paths with a rattler or any snake, it's best to get away from it.
Snakes are all flight and no fight. They really just want to get away from you, and in most cases they've already gone down off the path. But if they get cornered, they're going to defend themselves.
That's often the biggest mistake people make when they see a snake, and a good way to get bit.
About 75% of people who get bit is because they deliberately engage with the snake, be it trying to catch it, poke it with a stick, kill it.
Potash says a few dogs have already been bitten by rattlesnakes.
All right, dude, you ready?
Get Rattled has already trained about 800 dogs to avoid snakes this year.
Some dogs are bred to be curious, and they'll stick their nose right into a place where a rattlesnake is at, and oftentimes take a bite right to the muzzle.
Misty is taking this class for the first time. She's wearing a shock collar, and when she picks up the snake's scent, she gets a jolt. She quickly learned to avoid it, even walks about 20 feet around the rattler to get to the other side.
Good girl.
Avalon and the Dude are taking this class for the second year in a row. As you can see, the Dude got a quick reminder, but then steered clear of the rattler.
I like that already.
Avalon was a different story. She wouldn't even get within 100 feet of the snake.
Every dog is different in how well they remember it, and that's why we always recommend at least one refresher training within about 12 months.
Potash says gopher snakes look and act like rattlesnakes, and says that can cause other problems.
They belong in nature, they serve a purpose, and a lot of times people misidentify gopher snakes as rattlesnakes and end up killing a harmless, beneficial snake.
Now, rattlesnake avoidance training classes cost $70 to $85 depending on the location, and that on the flip side, it can cost thousands of dollars to treat your dog if it gets bitten by the rattlesnake, not to mention the pain it causes. For a full calendar of events for Get Rattled, head to our website, KTVN.com, and click on the blue News Links tab. Covering the big story live, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.